This is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens and Peg McNichol on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
Welcome back to the WHTC Morning News for this Thursday, June 3rd. Thursday mornings at this time, we find out what's going on in downtown Holland and in travel and tourism in the Holland area. It is Destination Downtown, presented by the Windmill Restaurant. And joining us, as she does most Thursday mornings, is the Executive Director of the Holland Area Visitors Bureau, Linda Hart. Linda, good morning and welcome back to WHTC.
Good morning, Gary. How are you?
Not too bad. Sorry we had to pull you from a principal shopping district meeting. That's an important thing for you as one of the pillars of downtown Holland, being the Visitors Bureau. So we won't touch a little bit about that, but we will touch about some things going on in downtown Holland. One of the good things coming up this weekend, the Remember When car show and cruise. No, I'm not going to play that song, Remember Then, but those who do remember when that song was on the hit parade will certainly appreciate the Remember When car show.
Absolutely. This is hands down one of my favorite events in downtown Holland. It's Friday night, and traditionally they have up to 250 cars. They're bound by how many parking spots that they have. So this year will be no different. They were wondering whether or not they were going to be able to do the show and the cruise. Initially, it was just going to be the cruise, but they're adding the show as well. So, if you have any type of, I don't know, Gary, what would you call it? Hot rod, antique car, specialty car, tricked out car, bring it on down. Registration begins at 3:00. No pre-registration this year. The show starts at 5, and then the cruise begins at 8 p.m. But I'm pretty sure there'll be people cruising well before that.
If anybody shows up with a white 1967 fastback Plymouth Barracuda, I'll be envious, because that was my first car many moons ago before it rusted out. But hey, in those days, if you can get a car to last, and this one lasted about 7 years. In those days, that was a lot. Of course, now it's a little bit different. But anyway, let's Remember When car show and cruise tomorrow night. Tonight, a meet and greet with over at the Arts Council.
Yeah, so if anybody's familiar with Lenore Dupree's work, she's been a resident artist at the Arts Council for 7 years. And for the past 3.5 years, she's been doing a set of 20 images or 20 paintings. It's called The Joy of Life. It's not occasional, or it's not momentous occasions, but rather everyday occasions, as simple things like tending a garden, going to the beach, outdoor dining, sitting by the waterfront, walking with friends downtown. And so tonight you have an opportunity to meet Lenore, talk about her paintings. But the exhibit will actually be on display through July 10th at the Art Council. And if anybody's ever seen her artwork, she really does amazing work. We have a number of her pieces in the Visitors Bureau, which people are amazed when they come in to see that Persian style of art.
I'm going to take a page out of Mika Weiss's Pedal Holland book, talking about a bike ride tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Velo City, they're very much focused on community, getting the community active, getting them educated, not only on exercise, but also on community safety. And so every Friday morning, they do a weekly bagel ride. Now, if you're going to have a bagel, you're going to work for this bagel. It's a 28-mile medium-paced ride that begins at 8:30 from the Good Earth. When you guys get back, when the riders get back, that's when you enjoy the bagels. So that's a program that they offer every Friday. They also do every other Wednesday. They do a kids event, a kids community ride, teaching bike skills, bike safety, and bike trail stewardship for kids ages 2 to 10, and that's a free event. Which starts at Velo City. So again, it's great what they do over there, and just really helping the community and its awareness and getting kids out and exercised.
What's nice? We're talking about things going on in downtown Holland instead of talking about things that we wish were going on.
It's crazy. It is crazy. This weather has been amazing. We have been just so blessed with great weather so far. I know that it was a little cool at the end of the week, but how can you not just enjoy and just soak up the sun on a day like today?
Day like today and a weekend ahead, it certainly has that summer-like feeling. And of course, the hotels and the establishments, the dining establishments, more than happy to get some of the shackles taken off, more of the shackles to be taken off at the end of the month. And let's put it this way. Yeah, would have been nice if this was, say, done on May 1 instead of June 1 for the Tulip Time Festival. But hey, people can experience Holland in the summertime, but just as well as the spring.
And maybe it was just a good blessing that we were under the restrictions that we were for May, because it gave the restaurants and the merchants an opportunity to get prepared, ramp up, because last weekend, you couldn't find a room in Holland. The merchants did well, the restaurants did great. Thank goodness for the outdoor dining, the increased capacities. And while there's still labor issues, I think that they're starting to get hiring out there this weekend. I don't think it's going to be any different. There's a swim meet going on. There are state track finals going on, and finding lodging this weekend is also going to be an issue.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be an issue. And one final thing, and I'm going to ask you a question involving the Holland Area Visitors Bureau. Some of the things that have normally been part of the Visitors Bureau events and promotions had been put on the back burner. Are they starting to be trotted out? And I'm thinking like the photo contest for specifically, because that was something that was sort of on the back burner. Are we starting to see those being brought out now?
That's a really great question, Gary. We had 1,300 submissions for the cover photo contest this year. Record breaking, we might hit 800-900 to have 1,300 submissions from artists, both local and visiting. I mean, that is a knock out of the park. So Holly DeWard, who is our creative director, she just finished going through all of them 2 days ago. And so I'm super excited to see how it gets narrowed down. But yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it should be a whole lot of fun as we go along. And again, the final good news, and I think we touched upon a little bit last week, but we're going to go with it a little bit more. The Street Performers Series is coming up, and we're finally going to see it start. Still not full scale, but let's put it this way. The fact that the Street Performers Series will resume later this month is a good sign.
Absolutely. It was traditionally a 12-week series. They reduced it to 11-week series. And actually in our meeting today, we were talking about placement of all of the street performers and where they'll be and try to spread them out. So it's super exciting, 6:30 to 8:30 on Thursdays beginning on June 17th. So it's a great community event as well.
By the way, June 17th is 2 weeks from today.
Rock stars.
Sounds good. Linda Hart, as always, thank you very much for your time and telling us what's going on in downtown Holland. Glad to be able to talk about things going on in downtown Holland. And we'll do this all again next week. Thank you.
Sounds great, Gary. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Linda Hart on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC. Destination Downtown has been a service of the Windmill Restaurant on 8th Street in downtown Holland, home of the hash brown omelet, the Windmill Restaurant.